Okay, you guys. So, all praise be to the Most High and Yeshua HaMashiach. I don't know what this is going to be titled right now, but I'm going to tell you guys of two dreams that I had. And I'm going to tell you guys some other things. I was talking in one of my previous videos about how I felt concerned or nervous or worried that the Most High wasn't giving me dreams like he had before. And a guy named Sharing the Gifts on YouTube told me that he gives us rest. You know what I mean? He doesn't always give you dreams. Sometimes he'll give you rest. And Nanette, also one of the sisters on this channel, she told me the same thing. The Most High will give you rest. Now, I'm going to tell you guys what has been going on with me since Friday afternoon. I have been under a major demonic attack, you guys. I didn't even realize it until today. If you remember the last video I told you about, I want to make sure I get everything right here. The last video I told you about, I was in that classroom. Last dream I told you about, I was in that classroom, and then there was a Israelite guy next to me and an Israelite lady on the left of me, and the lady was trying to block me from getting out of the classroom. But the guy was trying to flirt with me or something, right? You remember I told you that. And last Friday, I had eaten something like, I think it's called popetas. It's kind of like caramel butter popcorn, kind of like Crunch and Munch used to be back in the early 90s. And the first handful I ate, you guys, I felt sick. And of course, I ate two more handfuls anyway. So I felt sick. I felt like, you know how when you're 9, you're a young kid, 9 or 10, and you eat all your Halloween candy and you get sick? It's like you just have to wait for that sore stomach to go away. It's almost like there's nothing you can do. Of course, you can take medicine to fix it, but, you're 9 or 10. That's how I felt. Like my stomach was hurting really bad. Suddenly, I had a headache. I had to go lay down. I was in my bed Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I've literally been in this bed, I know, probably 22 hours of every day for the last weekend. And I was feeling sick. My stomach was feeling crazy. It was hurting so bad. I had this crazy headache coming. And I was praying about it, and I took medicine. I took IB. And also, I don't know if I told you guys, I hurt my foot the other week. So my foot was hurting. My stomach was hurting. I had a headache. I've just been going through changes this past weekend. And I had said, I was nervous and confused as to, I wasn't getting dreams like that. Now I understand. Nanette said, sometimes he gives us rest. Now I understand. Now, going back about a week before all this, maybe a week or even more, I've been hearing things that sound blasphemous when I'm trying to pray, when I'm talking to the Most High. I talk to the Most High a lot throughout the day, you guys. So when I do, I keep hearing these blasphemous things, these wicked things, and I keep wondering, where are they coming from? They're not coming from me. And I feel disgusted by them, and I also feel sad to hear them, and I'm telling the Most High, this is not me. Obviously he knows that already, and I'm going to touch on that, the verse that the Most High gave me today. But I've been sick this whole weekend, and I had a dream. The Most High gave me a dream Sunday, and he gave me a dream today, and I realize now why that black guy in that dream was trying to talk to me, was trying to flirt with me like that. I'm going to tell you guys some other things that are going on in these next two dreams, and I'm telling you guys, it gets disgusting. But I'm going to say it because I realize something. The demons understand that they can't stop me from hearing the Most High, but they thought that they could stop me from telling you. You see, they thought they could shut me up by defiling my dreams. They thought they could show me things that were so disgusting that I forget the message that the Most High had gave me. And even if I remembered it, I'd be too embarrassed and too ashamed to come on here and tell you guys. Well, I'm going to tell you anyway. So if you have it, I wouldn't have any children listen to this, you guys. I'm telling you now. If you got any kids, put in earphones or, but this message needs to be heard. It needs to be said, because in case any of this happens to someone else, I want them to know what's actually going on. So I told you I've been hearing all these weird blasphemous comments and thoughts and everything when I'm trying to pray. Just when I'm trying to pray. Because I've been doing intermittent fasting for over 70 days now, and my mind has changed. It's very clear. I'm able to hone in and focus unlike before, right? Now, when I was living a Gentile life, I didn't hear thoughts like this. But now because I have cleaved unto the Most High, here they go. So I'm going to start with the first dream I had on Sunday. So I told you I was sick Friday night, all the way into Saturday, sick Saturday. I took some medicine. I felt better. Then at nighttime, the medicine stopped working. I took it again. It didn't do much. I was praying. I was sick on Sunday. On Sunday, this is the dream that the Most High gave me. Now, when I say this dream, it's not going to make any sense. But when I tell you what happened today, it will make sense. So as you see here in this note, 9:45 a.m., I took ibuprofen. This sounds like someone's granddad's medical schedule. I took ibuprofen, right, because I had this terrible headache. And I went to sleep. I also had taken Dramamine, and if any of you have taken Dramamine, you know what makes you go to sleep. So this Dramamine had put me to sleep. In this dream, I was in a neighborhood. It was like a nice neighborhood, and there was a Hispanic guy. And he says to me, hey, listen, this family wants us to renovate this house for them. So he's like, come in. I want to show you this house to see, to see what the quote is going to be for renovating it, how long it's going to take. And, I want you to let me know if this is a job you're willing to do. So I said, okay. So I walk across the street and start walking to the house, following the guy. And the guy disappears into the house. And as I'm approaching the doorstep, I look down and there's a little note. Like something stuck in the grass, and there's a little note or like a little sign. I use the word sign for a reason. And the sign says something like, we have not requested renovation for this property, and we have not paid for renovation for this property. We don't need renovation for this property. So I read the sign maybe once or twice, and I call out to the guy to tell him, listen, it's a sign right there it was like a stick in the ground, a little green stick in the ground with this sign on it. I called out to the guy to tell him, there's a sign here that says they don't want a renovation. He didn't say anything. So I walked inside the house to tell him this guy had taken all of his clothes off. And the look I gave him made him embarrassed, and he put all of his clothes back on. And so I walked out and I walked away. Now I woke up. And I felt disgusted by this dream. I felt really strange. I was like, I'm not going to put this on my channel. I don't know where that's coming from. It seemed like it didn't have anything to do with the Most High, right? Now, that was Sunday. Fast forward to today. I take the trash out early in the morning, and it was hard for me to take the trash down the steps, you guys. That's how sore and tired and worn out I felt from being sick all weekend. And I almost never, in the last 15 years, I've probably been sick 3 times. I almost never get sick. Like, the Most High just doesn't let me get sick. I almost never get sick. So as I'm taking the trash downstairs, the guy that owns my building, now let me go back. So I'm downstairs with the trash. Now, maybe a month or 2 ago, the guy that owns the apartment I live in, he asked me if I wanted to invest with him in a property. He owns another house in another part of my city, and I think it's a 3-story house or a 2-story house, and he wants to turn it into 6 apartment units. Like, he wants to turn it into 6 apartment units. So this morning, Monday, mind you, I had this dream about that Hispanic guy Sunday. This morning on Monday, when I take my trash downstairs, the guy stops me. He says, hey, in Spanish, he tells me, when are you going to be, can we go see that house today? Because we hadn't went to see that house. We were waiting until the quarantine ended. And I was like, what house? And he reminded me, he's like, the house I told you about that I want to turn into 6 apartment units. And I said to him, maybe after 12, my foot hurts. I'm not feeling so great right now. So maybe after 12, I need to see first. So he was like, okay. So I go upstairs. And he said something like, oh, the house has been renovated. So I go upstairs and I lay down, right? This is like 6 in the morning, 6:30 in the morning. And I lay down, and I think I went back to sleep, and I got up and I wasn't feeling any better. So I text him and I told him, I wasn't going to be able to go today. I said, maybe we could go Thursday or Friday. I wasn't thinking about the dream I just had. I was telling him maybe we can go Thursday or Friday. So he tells me he's going to be out of town possibly for the next 2 weeks. He's leaving tomorrow. So he's like, we have to go see it today, or we have to wait, or you have to wait until I come back. So I was like, I'll just wait till you come back, because I just am not in the health state to be going out in the city, riding in the car. I can barely stay on the bed. Like I just need to stay in the bed. You know what I mean? That's enough. So when I got upstairs, I got up and everything, and I thought about it. I was going to be renovating that house. You know what I'm saying? Because we're going to turn that house. He's been working on that house now. I was going to be renovating that house and turning it into a 6-unit apartment. And now, since I can't see it today, the guy's going to be going to a whole nother, I think it's a whole nother state in my country. He's going to another state pretty much, or another province. And he might be there for 2 weeks or more. So because I was sick, I was not able to go renovate that house. I wasn't able to even go look at it. I know I didn't think about this until just now. This is why I posted this dream up, because that I saw that sign in the ground that said, this house is not ready to be renovated. We don't need it to be renovated right now. And I thought, that's strange. Now, this guy that asked me to go renovate the house, I trust the guy as much as I can trust people. He calls me his son. He's an older guy. He calls me his son. His wife calls me her son. Their family is very nice to me. They go above and beyond to help me. The Most High brought me to this house, I'm sure. But I paid attention to that today, because that dream came from the Most High. It had something to do with me renovating that house today, because today was the day. I didn't even expect that. That was like 6 a.m. The guy just asked me, oh, you want to go see the house today? We've been working on it. And I was like, no. And because I was sick, I couldn't go. So maybe that's another reason why I was sick, so I wouldn't be able to go on Monday, because this has been a rough weekend. Now, if that dream wasn't disgusting enough, since when I told you about the other dream in the classroom, and that guy was talking to me kind of strange, since that didn't stop me, the wicked one came to me with this dream, which was even more disgusting, so that I wouldn't come on here and say anything about it, so that I'd keep it to myself. And if I did, I would not have made the connection between those two dreams, you see? Now, I'm going to go back to something else. Now, this is the dream I had today. So, I dreamed that I saw these baby kangaroos. They were really small. They might have been a foot tall, but they were jumping so high. They were jumping like maybe 10 feet into the air, and maybe 20 feet long, almost as if they could probably jump over a short bus, or like jump over a long school bus. But they were like little baby kangaroos. And I was like, how can they jump this high? But I didn't say anything. I just thought they sure are jumping high. And there was a woman with me. She was, she was nice, and she was making jokes and stuff like that at first. So then me and the woman, we walked over under the trees. And as we walked over under the trees, these animals started walking in the limbs of the trees, like in the branches of the trees. And they looked like monkeys, but they looked like birds. Some were light yellow, some were light blue. They were beautifully colored, but it was as if the monkeys didn't have hair. It was like they had feathers or something. Only the Most High could have made something like this. It was like the perfect combination between a monkey and a bird. Now, it was beautiful. I was shocked. And I asked the lady, what are those? When we came to the trees, they just kept coming closer and closer to the both of us. They just kept on coming closer and closer. But I could tell they were harmless. They weren't trying to hurt us, but it was so many of them. They were just coming out of everywhere, these like colored monkey type birds. And I asked the lady, I said, what type of animal is this? And she said they're called acumens. And I remember that specifically. I said, acumens? I said, wow, I never seen an animal like this before. And she was like, oh, you never did? So then I noticed the woman is one of my cousins. And the woman tries to start flirting with me and touching me weirdly. And she tried to have like a sexual moment with me in this dream. So I get away from her, and the monkeys are still there, like the monkey birds are still there. So then I woke up and I looked up acumen, because I don't ever remember hearing this word before. Now here is the meaning of acumen: the ability to make good judgments and take quick decisions. Here's another meaning of acumen: keenness and depth of perception, discernment or discrimination, especially in practical matters. So you see discernment there? So it was the Most High. So all of those animals that kept coming toward us were like discernment. He's allowing me to see something. I remember this word in particular because I was like, I don't know what type of animal that is. So I woke up and I found it, and it made sense. It's like the Most High is bringing acumen, more and more acumen to my life. All of those monkeys were acumen, and they just kept showing up. So many of them crawling down the branches like towards me, and they were all very bright colored. They were beautiful, like they're like monkey birds, but they all kept crawling towards me. So the Most High is giving me discernment and perception at a massive scale, because I don't even know how many of those animals it was. But once again, I realize now, you guys, I don't have any feelings for my cousin at all. I never have in my life. But the point is to ensure, I thought at first they were trying to make sure I don't hear the message from the Most High, but they can't stop me from hearing that. But what they tried to do is they tried to silence me. They tried to defile the experience that the Most High was giving me so much that I wouldn't come on here and speak and say anything, that I would remain quiet. I was sick the whole weekend. I didn't want to say anything. I was tired. I was worn out. Then these disgusting things that happened in my dreams. But I realized the only way to fight that is to ignore that and say it all anyway. I've got to expose them, because if I remain quiet, they can keep lurking in the darkness. You understand what I'm saying? I have to expose them and shine a light on what's going on, because I'm sure I'm not the only one that this happens to. So, and I really started to realize why these demons and wicked ones why they're damned. Because they will do anything to defile anything. They simply do wicked things just to go against the Most High. It's not even a reason behind it. They just do it to do it. Just defile everything they can. Anything they can. They're just nasty. They have no light. They're just in complete darkness. They just will defile whatever they possibly can. This is why they're damned. So sometimes I will say things like, to those demons, I will say things like, the worms will be beneath thee and the worms will cover thee. And usually they'll get out of there immediately. That usually works every time. I think that's in Isaiah. Usually they'll get out of there immediately. Once you tell them their destiny that they already know, they're gone, usually. But because I've been hearing these blasphemous things, I realized, and all of this defiling nonsense that I've been seeing in my dreams, I began to realize what did I realize, you guys? I lost that thought. I began to realize something. I don't know what I was gonna say, but as I was going, oh yes, they do this so that to shut me up. They do this so I won't say anything, so I'll keep quiet. This is why the Most High gave me rest, you guys. This is why I wasn't having dreams like that, because I needed all the rest I could get for what was to come. This weekend, it's been a long one. I needed all the rest I could get for what was to come. All the wicked things that I've heard from these demons, the wicked things they've tried to put into my dreams. I needed all the rest I could get. So I won't be scared the next time that the Most High is not giving me dreams. I'll just take it as he's preparing me. And just in case I thought otherwise, he showed me those monkey birds called acumen to let me know that he is giving me discernment. So he's allowing me to see the things that are there. So I was watching Deborah Yah and Watchmen. The Watchmen, I think they're the Watchmen reports. And in regards to, the things that are the wicked things I was hearing, this is what they read. I think this is 1 James. I don't want to misquote it. I'll post in the comment section what verses these are. My little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth. And hereby we know that we are of the truth, and shall assure our hearts before him. For if our heart condemn us, Elohim is greater than our heart, and knoweth all things. I'll say that again. For if our heart condemn us, Elohim, or God, is greater than our heart and knoweth all things. So not even your own heart can condemn you. That's a powerful word there. Beloved, if our heart condemn us not, then have we confidence toward Elohim. And whatsoever we ask, we receive of him, because we keep his commandments and do those things that are pleasing in his sight. And this is his commandment, that we should believe on the name of his son, I'm going to say Yeshua HaMashiach, and love one another as he gave us commandment. And he that keepeth his commandments dwelleth in him, and he in him. What? And he, let me read that again. And he that keepeth his commandments dwelleth in him, and he in him. And hereby we know that he abideth in us, by the Spirit which he hath given us. This is what I'm going to ask you guys to see this video. I don't know what I'm going to title it yet, but I want you guys to pray for me to the Most High and Yeshua HaMashiach that I get well, that this sickness is taken away from me, and that these wicked ones are shut up and bound and cast out in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach. You know I've been casting them out, but I want you guys to pray for me, because I feel like now, like I said, I think they were just trying, I know they were trying to shut me up. But now that I have spoken anyway, and now instead of just me praying, now it'll be all of you praying as well. So we're going to give a beating to the wicked ones today. That's what we have to do, you guys. Please, if you have any comments, questions, let me know. I wouldn't want any children to hear anything that's going on in this video, you guys. So, be mindful of that.